cuff here today, but it's just kind of like, again, a lot of stuff before the show started. But going to talk about Top Gun Maverick for a second here, because there's some news going around that, it did so well. You're thinking about the biggest movie ever for Paramount, the biggest movie forever for Tom Cruise's career. Well, are they going to make a third one? That's the question. Well, it's been going around for a while, and now Jerry Bruckheimer has been asked about it over and over again. And finally, in an interview, he said, okay, we have, address this. And so he went on to say a little bit about Top Gun, and he said just, not yet. He's not sure. He's in the middle of shooting Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise. He's got a lot of very difficult stunts he's doing, so it's not time to take his attention away from the importance that he has right now, and that he would be great if he could do another mission or another Top Gun Maverick, but it's all up to Tom Cruise, which is kind of one of those things that we've talked about before. It's like, how they do a Top Gun without Tom Cruise? They really can't. And Tom Cruise was so happy with Top Gun Maverick, and it was so long after the original, like, do you do another one? Do you even touch that? I mean, the second one had such great success. Chris and Joanna, you hear about this. You hear that Bruckheimer's talking about, he's interviewed, they're asking him, can you do another Top Gun Maverick? It's up to Tom Cruise. Do you think they'll do another one? I mean, it did so great. Do you think they even need to do another one, or should they leave the franchise where it's at and just let it be?
Wait, I have a question. How many missions are we on?
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Like how many missions?
How many missions?
Top Gun.
How many missions?
The top mission is a Top Gun mission. I'm going to say this to you.
I still didn't get an answer.
Two.
Mission Impossible.
She's
No,
talking about Top Gun.
Top Gun.
There's like seven. There's like seven of them.
I want to know what.
There's
7 and 8 are coming out. 7 and 8 are coming out next. They're shooting. So 7 comes out, then 8 comes out later. They actually shoot them back to back. So
here's my thing. Now that you asked, and I'm glad that you did. I think it was great that Tom Cruise was like, I don't want to do another Top Gun. Like, I was thrilled that he didn't want to do the second one, and that they really had to convince him to do it, because I think that was the right choice. I think that he wants to see what the product is going to look like before he signs up to it. And I think it's great that he also is doing other projects so that his whole career doesn't weigh on this, because then I think that it kind of makes him desperate to do something. And I don't want him to do another Top Gun out of desperation. I would rather it be done right.
It might be up to Scientology.
It might be up to the Scientologists. It might be L. Ron Hubbard's, like the new one, the new L. Ron Hubbard, if you will, to decide. But the point being, I don't know that it will necessarily happen as fast as everyone wants it to happen, because of the fact that I think Tom Cruise is actually going to want quality over quantity.
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, he talked about that in his interviews. Like, it took so long. They shot it for over a year of reshoots, even just going back and forth, trying to make it the best movie ever. And for it to be that much time, it took like over a year of his life. You think he wants to put that much more time into another one? And also, like, does he have it in him? I mean, how do you do it again? It hit, like, lightning hit once with this. Like, how do you recreate that? Sabrina, you hear about this. Do you think that Tom would make another one because it made so much money? I mean, it's the biggest blockbuster of his career. Or do you think that he should just let it be and, let that magic stay where it's at and let people leave Top Gun in the past?
I mean, I don't know. I agree with Joanna in that it's, hard to recreate, what he just did, because it was such a huge success. So there's a huge expectation going into it. And, unless they have a really, really solid script, I wouldn't mess with it, honestly, because this one was miles above the first one, if you ask me. I mean, I don't know. It was like the biggest, like you said, the biggest box office success of his career. So I personally probably wouldn't fuck with that. You also said, do you think he could do it? I mean, he's doing Mission Impossible right now. I mean, the man's a beast. He flies, he runs, he does all the stunts and stuff. Like, I don't think it's a question of whether he's capable. I think he is. And I think he puts that much time and effort into all of his movies. He's like super involved in everything that he does. Which, I must be nice, bro. I'm glad you have like the wherewithal to be like, no, I don't want to do this. Oh yeah, I do want to do, let's make a movie. And people are like, yes, whatever you want. So good for him. But personally, I think unless there is like a really, really solid script that would warrant him coming back to do it, I don't think he would do it, honestly.
I think it would make a lot of money though.
It could make a lot of money, Chris. You're right. That's the thing. And that's the studio's standpoint. The studio is like their highest grossing movie ever for Paramount. Of course, they're going to want more, right? especially because they've had some hits and misses through the years. And this is such a big hit and a lot of money. Like, you know, it's like, of course, you look at it as a studio standpoint, you're like, we need more of that. But
will it
again,
make the same amount of money? Like, it depends on how good it is. You know what I mean?
it does. And a lot of times when people try to recreate it, it doesn't do the same way.
And then this could be the last one. But if I was him,
Which you're not.
which I'm not,
Right.
But if you were,
but if I was, I would be like, okay, when I'm done with Mission Impossible 14, let's go.
Roll into this one.
Let's go on to yeah. What's it called?
Top Gun?
No,
Mission Impossible?
Maverick.
Okay, it's Top Gun Maverick though.
3.
It's Top Gun.
3. Let's go on. Let's go on.
Let's
Once
roll
I'm
this
done,
out.
I think
The next one's gonna be Top Gun Rooster.
he already
But I
more
think
Maverick, more problems.
but I also think that we have to keep in mind two things. One, this movie shot long ago. Like, it was in the works for a long time, but it was also set to release before COVID, the summer of COVID. So that was set to come out in 2020. So this was a hugely anticipated movie for a long time, because they also, I think, set it again to release in 2021. And then obviously when COVID was still a thriving business, and the movies was not, they were like, we're gonna push it again. So this happened a long time ago.
He's got it.
And I think additionally, we have to keep in mind his age. Like, he is getting older. So if they're gonna do it, they're gonna have to do it sooner over later. And at the same time, I don't know. No, he doesn't. Like, he looks the same. He looks the same. He's like, of all the people, I was like, Scientology works for you. You traded your soul to get youth forever, and it is
And ever.
And he's 60 years old. The man's 60 years old, you know?
That's insane.
He's 60.
But when,
He's AARP
60.
right now. Yeah,
Didn't know that.
legitimately.
yeah. So if you think about it, like, it's
He's
been a
5
number of
years away
years.
from that senior discount.
Yeah. It's been a number of years since he worked on this. I don't know. We'll see. Again, he was talking about how you might want to actually start venturing to different kinds of genres and start putting the action stuff in the past after he goes to space, because he's going to space first. So after he goes and shoots his movie in space at the International Space Station, then I think he's going to start wrapping it up. But the question is, we'll see. I think as a studio, they're going to want to do it. They're going to start pushing him. But again, Bruckheimer, who is the executive producer behind this, said, unless Tom says yes, I'm not going to push him. But they've had conversations, and, you know, they're putting it in Tom's head. So we'll see what happens. But he's got a lot of Mission Impossible first. So
Tom's in charge.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, Tom is in charge.
So
it's on him.
Yeah.